started with our Year 4 Homework 15 walkthrough. Today, we're going to go through each question step by step, and I'll explain everything carefully so it's easy to understand. First, we have the English section. Question number 1. In today's world, who does the work that was done by slaves in ancient Rome? Let's think about that for a moment. Back then, slaves did a lot of the work, but things are different today. Our options are: Option A, the work is done by those who planned it. Option B, the work is done by people who have jobs. They get paid for doing the work. Option C, the work is done by beggars in the streets. That way they will have money to feed their hunger. Option D, the work is done by heads of the states. They have all the resources to make it. The correct answer here is option B. The work is done by people who have jobs, and they get paid for doing that work. In ancient Rome, slaves did most of the labor without getting any money. Today, when people work, they usually receive wages or a salary. That means they earn money for the jobs they do. Now let's move on to question number 2. Why was Pallas a slave? What does this tell you about another way people became slaves? Option A, Pallas was a slave because he did not have money. This tells me that if you are poor, people will treat you like a slave. Option B, Pallas was a slave because he wasted his wealth on vices. This tells me that you should not take all your blessings for granted. Option C, Pallas was a slave because his mother was a slave. This tells me that another way to become a slave was if your parents were slaves. Option D, Pallas was a slave because he lost his parents when he was still young. This tells me that orphans are destined to be slaves. The correct answer is option C. Pallas was a slave because his mother was a slave. This tells us that another way people became slaves was if their parents were already slaves. In ancient Rome, if a mother was a slave, her child would also be a slave. Next up is question number 3. What is the difference between a public slave and a private slave? Option A, a public slave was owned by a person. A private slave was owned by the government of Rome. Option B, a public slave was owned by a corporation. A private slave was owned by no one. Option C, a public slave was owned by the people. A private slave was owned by an agency. Option D, a public slave was owned by the government of Rome. A private slave was owned by a person. The correct answer is option D. A public slave was owned by the government of Rome, so they would work on public tasks such as repairing roads and buildings. A private slave was owned by a single person, family, or household, and they worked in homes or on private land. Question number 4 is, what is a domestic slave? What did they do? Option A, a domestic slave was a slave who worked in a company. They are paid for working 8 hours a day. Option B, a domestic slave was a slave who worked as a part-timer. He can choose what work he likes. Option C, a domestic slave was a slave who worked in government. They compiled documents, arranged meetings, and attended ceremonies of officials. Option D, a domestic slave was a slave who worked in a home. They cooked, cleaned, made clothes, and fixed hair. The correct answer is option D. Domestic means related to the home, so domestic slaves worked within a household. They did jobs like cooking, cleaning, making clothes, and fixing hair. They took care of the daily needs of the people they worked for. Moving on to question number 5. Who is giving information in the first part of the text? Who is giving information in the second part? How are they the same? How are they different? Option A, we do not know for sure who is giving information in the first part because the author's name is not given. Pallas is giving information in the second part. The two parts are the same because they both talk about slavery. They are different because the first part is factual, while the second part is personal from a slave's point of view. Option B, Pallas gives the information in the first part. In the second part, his mother gives information. They are the same because they are relatives. They are different because Pallas is content while his mother is not. Option C, the first part was narrated by an unknown person. The second part by Pallas. Both are the same because they are both narrated by a slave. They are different because the identity of the first narrator is not revealed. Option D, the first part's narrator was not revealed. The second part was narrated from Pallas's perspective. They are the same because they talk about the life of a slave. They have no difference at all. The correct answer is option A. The first part is written by an unknown person, which is why we don't have the author's name, and it is about general facts of slavery. The second part is from Pallas, which shares his personal experience and what he actually feels as a slave. Both parts are the same because they focus on slavery, but are different because the first part gives factual information, and the second part is a personal view from a slave. Question 6. What do you think might have been different for a slave working in a Roman home and one working in a mine? Option A. Slaves working in a home had a place to sleep and food to eat. They probably had some free time. A slave working in a mine probably worked harder. They may not have had a nice place to sleep. Option B. A slave working in a home has access to the Lord's property. A slave working in a mine does not own anything. Option C. A slave working in a home lives a comfortable life. A slave working in a mine lives a miserable life. Option D. They are the same. The correct answer is option A. Being a house slave often meant having some rest and a place to sleep and food, while working in a mine was much harder and often more dangerous, with very long hours and bad conditions for sleep and rest. Now, let's move on to the next section of questions, which are about adverbs. Remember that an adverb is a word that describes how something is done. Question 7. Did you break the vase on purpose? No, we broke the vase. Blank. Adverb word bank. Letters in parentheses. Proudly. BB. Accidentally. Hi, generously. Word anxiously. Bravely. F correctly. The correct answer is option B, accidentally. The word accidentally means not on purpose and tells us how the vase was broken. Question 8. How did the winner display his trophy? He displayed his trophy. Blank. Adverb word bank. Proudly. BB. Accidentally. Hi, generously. Word anxiously. Bravely. F correctly. The correct answer here is option A, proudly. Proudly shows that the winner felt pride when showing off their trophy. Question number 9. Did many people contribute money? Many people contributed blank. Looking at our word bank, we have proudly, accidentally, generously, anxiously, bravely, and correctly. The correct answer here is option C, generously. Generously means giving freely or kindly, so it really shows that people gave money in a big-hearted way. Question number 10. How well did he fight the illness? He fought blank to overcome the illness. Again, looking at the same word bank, the correct answer is option E, bravely. Bravely means showing courage or valor, and that is perfect for describing fighting strongly against an illness. Question number 11. Did she get all of the answers right? She answered all of the questions blank. From the same word bank, the best option here is F, correctly. Correctly is the right word because it means that she got all of the answers right. Question number 12. Who wants to go for a long walk in the woods? Now, we need to choose the sentence type. Is this a command, an exclamation, a question, or a statement? The answer here is Q for question. The sentence asks, who wants to go? Which means it is clearly asking for some information, so it is a question. Question number 13. The capital of France is Paris. Now, what kind of sentence is this? Command, exclamation, question, or statement? The answer is S, for statement. This sentence gives us a fact and ends with a full stop, which makes it a statement. Question number 14. Freya is coming to my party on Saturday. Let's choose the sentence type again. Is this a command, an exclamation, a question, or a statement? The correct answer is S, for statement. This sentence is providing information about Freya's plans, so it is also a statement. Question number 15. What a lot of people. Okay, what kind of sentence is this? Command, exclamation, question, or statement? The answer is E, for exclamation. This sentence is showing strong emotion or surprise, and it also ends with an exclamation mark, so we know it's an exclamation. Question number 16. Now we need to choose the correct word inside the parentheses. We have Sam, packed 17. His, highs, his, towel. The correct answer for the first one is Sam, because names of people should always begin with a capital letter. Sam follows standard capitalization rules. Question number 17. Sam packed his, highs, his, towel, hat, a bucket, and spade. The answer is his. The correct possessive pronoun is his, spelled normally. His, in all caps, is not standard, and his is misspelled. Question number 18. Into a yellow, backpack, backpack, backpack. The correct answer here is backpack, with a period. The period is used after backpack because it is correctly ending a statement. Question number 19. He is already wearing his bathers. They are ARR, blue with little red crabs. The correct answer is R. R is the correct verb form for they. Question number 20. Mom is helping to rub the sunscreen in on Sam's back. According to the answer key, sunscreen is used with a capital S. It could be treated like a proper noun or brand name in this case. Question number 21. Very, very, very important because today is beach day. The right answer here is very. Very is the correct spelling and is the standard adverb form. Question number 22. Is ISS beach day? The answer is. Is the correct verb form for stating a fact in the present tense. Question number 23. Here we have do. The answer here is do with a capital D. The sentence before it ends with a period, so the next word should start with a capital letter. Question number 24. You, like going to the beach. The correct answer is you. You is the correct standard spelling for the pronoun. Question number 25. Here we have, the answer here is, since this is a question, a single question mark is the correct choice. Question number 26. Dorothy is a young teenager old girl who lives with her Aunt Em. The correct answer is young. Dorothy is described as a young girl in the story of The Wizard of Oz. Question number 27. Caught up in a cyclone that withdraws, retreats, deposits them and the farmhouse into Munchkin country. The correct answer here is deposits. The cyclone deposits Dorothy and the farmhouse in Munchkin country, meaning it drops them there. Question number 28. The falling house has killed the Wicked Witch of the East, the goddess Evil Good, ruler of the Munchkins. The correct answer is evil. The Wicked Witch of the East is described as an evil ruler. Question number 29. The Good Witch of the North arrives with 3 grateful Munchkins and gives Dorothy the magical, powerful, beautiful silver shoes. The correct answer is magical. In the story, Dorothy receives a pair of magical silver shoes. Question number 30. As Dorothy approaches on her journey, the right answer is embarks. Embarks means to begin a journey, so it fits perfectly as Dorothy starts her adventure. Question number 31. Dorothy attends a meeting, banquet, graduation held by a Munchkin named Boak. The correct answer is banquet. Dorothy is welcomed by Boki with a feast or meal, which is typically referred to as a banquet. Question number 32. The lion wants power, strength, courage. The correct answer is courage. In The Wizard of Oz, the Cowardly Lion desires courage above all else. Question number 33. Dorothy empowers, strengthens, encourages them to journey with her and Toto to the Emerald City. The best answer here is encourages. Dorothy persuades the Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and Lion to join her, so encourages is the best choice. Question number 34. The Guardian of the Gates asks them to wear green-tinted spectacles, lenses, eyelashes to keep their eyes from being blinded. The correct answer is spectacles. In The Wizard of Oz, everyone entering the Emerald City wears green spectacles. Question number 35. He appears to the lion as a light ball water of fire. The correct answer is ball. The wizard appears to Dorothy's companions in different forms. For the lion, he is a glowing ball of fire. Question number 36. The Wicked Witch of the West sees the travelers running, flying, approaching with her one telescopic eye. The best answer is approaching. The Wicked Witch spots them drawing near, or approaching, rather than running or flying. With question number 37. Question number 37. She summons a swarm, flock, cluster of black bees to sting them. The correct answer is swarm. And here's why. When we talk about a group of bees together, we usually call it a swarm. It's like saying a bunch of bees in one big group, like a crowd of bees. Question number 38. The lion stands firm to absorb, repel, reject them. The correct answer here is repel. Now, what does repel mean? Well, if you repel something, it means you're pushing it away or fighting it off. You don't let it come near you, like how a shield would protect you. Question number 39. Dorothy is forced to become the witch's personal, communal, public slave. The right answer is personal. So if the witch makes Dorothy her personal slave, it means that Dorothy now belongs to the witch and has to do whatever she says. It emphasizes that the witch has her all to herself. Question number 40. Based on the title of the book Joey receives, we can understand that Joey most likely lives in the A, northeast, B, northwest, circa southeast, or D, southwest. The correct answer is option C, southeast. The reason for this is the book is called the Southeast England Flora and Fauna Field Guide. This gives us a big clue where Joey is. It means he's most likely living in Southeast England, isn't it? Question number 41. According to the passage, how many petals does a blue flag have? The options are A, 2, B, 3, circa 4, or D, 6. The correct answer here is option C, which is 4. In the text, it says that Joey counted 4 petals on the blue flag plant. Question number 42. The part of the field manual titled Calling Birds is organized by A, color, B, name, circa size, or D, dot sound. The correct answer here is color. If you remember, Joey flips through sections of birds, and it is all based on different colors, such as black, blue, and red, before finding the red bird. Question number 43. What kind of animal does Joey identify? The options are A, a crow, B, a cardinal, circa a blue jay, or D, a blue flag. The correct answer is option B, which is a cardinal. The text says that Joey identifies a red bird with black markings, and that description matches a cardinal. Question number 44. In paragraph 4, we learn that for the most part, bees do not want to sting you. This is because A, some people are allergic to bee stings. B, a bee dies when it stings a person. Circa bees only eat flowers. Or D, bees are very helpful insects. The right answer here is option B. A bee dies when it stings a person. As the text says, when a bee stings, its stinger gets stuck, which causes it to die. So bees try to avoid stinging us. Question number 45. According to the passage, a honeybee is likely to sting you if A, you are allergic to bee stings, B, it is out looking for food, circa there are no other bees around, or D, the bee is trying to protect the hive. The correct answer is option D, when a bee is trying to protect the hive. The passage explains that bees usually sting if they feel like their home is in danger. Question number 46. According to the passage, what is apatoxin? The options are A, a chemical message, B, a type of honey, circa a poison, or D, an allergen. The correct answer is a poison. The passage mentions that apatoxin is what is left when a bee stings, and that it causes pain and swelling. That confirms that it is a type of poison. Question number 47. As used in the final paragraph, another word for cautious is anawa, careful, B, thankful, circa strong, or D, patient. The right answer here is option A, which is careful. When someone is cautious, it means they are being careful and avoiding risks, so careful is a good synonym. Question number 48. Which of the following sentences from the passage accurately communicates the main idea of the passage? The options are A, honeybees are very important insects. B, even though honeybees are helpful insects, you should not get too close to them. C, getting stung by a bee hurts, but it is not very serious for people without allergies. D, when bees think that their hive is in danger, they will use their stingers to protect it. So the correct answer is option B. Even though honeybees are helpful insects, you should not get too close to them. This is the most correct main idea because the text talks about how bees are useful, but it also warns us to not get too close. Okay, now we're going to go to the math section of the booklet. Question number 49 to 50% of 16 equals. The options are 7, 8, and 9. The correct answer is 8. How did we get that? Well, 50% means half, so half of 16 is 8. We can calculate it by doing 50 divided by 100 times 16, which equals 8. Question number 50 to 25% of 28 equals. The options are 9, 8, and 7. Correct answer is 7. Remember, 25% means 1/4. So we have to find 1/4 of 28, which is 7. If you do 25 divided by 100 times 28, you get 7. Question number 51 to 75% of 4 equals. The options are 3, 4, and 5. Correct answer is 3. Now, 75% is 3/4, so what is 3/4 of 4? It is 3. We can do 75 divided by 100 times 4, and it equals 3. Question number 52 to 50% of 52 equals. The options are 25, 26, and 27. The correct answer is 26. Remember, 50% means half, so half of 52 is 26, or 50 divided by 100 times 52, which equals 26. Question number 53 to 75% of 16 equals. The options are 12, 13, and 14. Correct answer is 12. 75% is 3/4. 3/4 of 16 is 12, just like 75 divided by 100 times 16 equals 12. Question number 54 to 40% of 25 equals. The options are 8, 9, and 10. Correct answer is 10. 40% means 40 out of 100 parts of a number. To calculate this, we do 40 divided by 100 times 25, and it equals 10. Question number 55 to 75% of 12 equals. The options are 9, 10, and 11. Correct answer is 9. 75% is 3/4, and 3/4 of 12 is 9. You can also do 75 divided by 100 times 12, which equals 9. Question number 56. What is 20% of 70? The options are 13, 14, or 15. The correct answer is 14. Now, what does 20% mean? Well, it means we're looking at 20 out of every 100 parts of a number. So, to calculate 20% of 70, we can divide 20 by 100 and then multiply the result by 70. When we do that, we get 14. Question number 57. What is 25% of 48? The options are 12, 13, or 14. The correct answer is 12. Now, 25% is a special percentage. It means we're looking at 1/4 of a number. So we can also calculate 25% of 48 by dividing 25 by 100 and then multiplying by 48, which equals 12. Question number 58. What is 95% of 300? Your choices are 284,000, 285, or 286. The correct answer here is 285. So 95% means 95 out of every 100 parts of a number. Calculate this, we can divide 95 by 100 and then multiply by 300 to get the answer, which is 285. Question number 59. What is 10% of 30? The options are 1, 2, or 3. The correct answer is 3. 10% means we're looking at 10 out of every 100 parts of a number. To work this out, we divide 10 by 100, and then we multiply by 30, giving us 3. Question number 60. What is 50% of 36? Your options are 18, 2, or 3. The correct answer is 18. 50% is another special percentage, which means half of a number. So to work this out, we can divide 50 by 100, then multiply by 36, which equals 18. Question number 61. Okay, now we're going to convert percentages to fractions. So let's convert 50% to a fraction. The options are 1/2, 1/3, or 1/4. The correct answer is 1/2. 50% means 50 out of 100, or 50 100, which simplifies down to 1/2. Question number 62. Now, let's convert 20% to a fraction. Your choices are 1/3, 1/4, or 1/5. The correct answer is 1/5. 20% means 20 out of 100, or 20 100ths. And if we simplify that, we get 1/5. Question number 63. Let's convert 1% to a fraction. The options are 1 100th, 1 200, or 1 300th. The correct answer is 1 100th. 1% simply means 1 out of 100, which is written as 1 100th. Question number 64. Next, we need to convert 70% to a fraction. Is it 7/10, 8/10, or 9/10? The correct answer is 7/10. 70% means 70 out of 100, or 70 100, which we can simplify to 7/10. Question number 65. What is 5% as a fraction? Your options are 1/10, 1/20, or 1/30th. The correct answer is 1/20th. 5% means 5 out of 100, or 5 100, which simplifies to 1/20th. Question number 66. Now we're going to do the opposite and convert from fractions to percentages. So let's convert 1/4 to a percentage. Is it 25%, 30%, or 40%? The correct answer is 25%. To do this, we divide 1 by 4, which is 0.25, and then multiply by 100 to get 25%. Question number 67. Let's convert 2 25ths to a percentage. Is it 6%, 7%, or 8%? The correct answer is 8%. We calculate this by dividing 2 by 25, which is 0.08, then multiplying that by 100, which equals 8%. Question number 68. Convert 4 25ths to a percentage. The options are 15%, 16%, or 17%. The correct answer is 16%. We divide 4 by 25, giving us 0.16, then multiply by 100 to get 16%. Question number 69. Convert 1/10 to a percentage. Is it 8%, 9%, or 10%? The correct answer is 10%. We divide 1 by 10, giving us 0.1, then multiply by 100 to get 10%. Question number 70. Now we'll convert percentages into decimals. Let's start with 25%. Is it 0.25, 0.025, or 2.50? The correct answer is 0.25. To convert a percentage to a decimal, we divide by 100. So 25 divided by 100 is 0.25. Question number 71. Let's convert 10% to a decimal. Is it 1.00, 0.10, or 0.01? The correct answer is 0.10. Again, we divide by 100, so 10 divided by 100 equals 0.10. Question number 72. What is 75% as a decimal? Your options are 7.50, 0.75, or 0.075. The correct answer is 0.75. We divide 75 by 100, and we get 0.75. Question number 73. What is 50% as a decimal? Is it 0.50, 5.00, or 0.050? The correct answer is 0.50. We divide 50 by 100, and we get 0.50. Question number 74. Let's convert 20% to a decimal. Is it 0.02, 2.00, or 0.20? The correct answer is 0.20. We divide 20 by 100, and that equals 0.20. Question number 75. Convert 150% to a decimal. Your choices are 15.00, 1.50, or 0.15. The correct answer is 1.50. We divide 150 by 100 and get 1.50. Question number 76. Now, we're going to convert decimals to percentages. So let's convert 0.03 to a percentage. Is it 3%, 30%, or 300%? The correct answer is 3%. To convert a decimal to a percentage, we multiply by 100. So 0.03 times 100 equals 3%. Question number 77. Let's convert 0.35 to a percentage. Is it 3.5%, 35%, or 350%? The correct answer is 35%. So 0.35 times 100 is 35%. Question number 78. We need to change 0.72 into a percentage. Remember, a percentage is just a way of expressing a number out of 100. The options are 7.2%, 72%, and 720%. To do this, we're going to multiply the decimal 0.72 by 100. When you multiply by 100, you are basically moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 0.72 times 100 equals 72. This means the correct answer is 72%. Question number 79. Now let's try changing 0.05 to a percentage. Our options this time are 500%, 50%, and 5%. Just like before, we multiply by 100, so we have 0.05 times 100. Again, move the decimal 2 places to the right to get 5. So 0.05 is equal to 5%. Okay, now we're moving on to the verbal section. These next questions involve figuring out a code. Question number 80. In this question, we have a code. We know that SEW becomes RDV. We have to work out what BZM would become. The options for this are SAM, CAN, and TAM. Let's figure out the pattern. S goes to R, E goes to D, and W goes to V. Each letter is going backwards by one letter in the alphabet. So we apply the same rule to B, Z, M. B goes forward one letter to C, Z goes forward one letter to A, and M goes forward one letter to N. So BZM becomes CAN. The correct answer is KAN. Question number 81. This time fly becomes HNA. What would NKV become? The options are LIT, MIS, and NLU. Let's see what the pattern is. F changes to H, L changes to N, and Y changes to A. All the letters are going forward by 2 places in the alphabet. Now we need to apply the opposite to NKUV to get the code. So N goes back 2 letters to L, K goes back 2 letters to I, and V goes back 2 letters to T. So the answer is LIT. Question number 82. The code for CUE is ZRB. So what would BAT be? The options are UVP, YXQ, and ZXY. Let's find the pattern. C goes to Z, U goes to R, and E goes to B. Each letter is going back by 3 letters. Let's do the same to BAT. B goes back 3 letters to Y, A goes back 3 letters to X, and T goes back 3 letters to Q. So the code for BAT is YXQ. Question number 83. WIG becomes TFD. What does ALD become? Our choices are FPI, EQH, and DOG. Okay, let's look at how the letters change. W goes to T, I goes to F, and G goes to D. Each letter is going back 3 letters. Now we apply the opposite pattern to ALD. A goes forward 3 letters to D, L goes forward 3 letters to O, and D goes forward 3 letters to G. So the answer is DOG. Question number 84. The code for BAN is FER. What will TWO be? The options are XAS, YCT, and VYN. Let's see the pattern. B goes to F, A goes to E, and N goes to R. Each letter is going forward by 4 letters in the alphabet. Applying the same pattern to TWO. T goes forward 4 letters to X, W goes forward 4 letters to A, and O goes forward 4 letters to S. So the answer is XAS. Question number 85. If RISC is coded as NEOG, what would LAN be? The choices are peer, mir, and near. Let's check the shift. R goes to N, I goes to E, S goes to O, and K goes to G. Each letter goes back 4 letters. So to work out the code for LAN, we have to apply the opposite. L goes forward 4 letters to P, A goes forward 4 letters to E, A goes forward 4 letters to E, and N goes forward 4 letters to R. So the answer is PEER. Question number 86. Prim becomes UWNR, and we need to figure out what ROK would be. Our options are VTHQ, WTHP, and XUHP. Let's check the pattern. P becomes U, R becomes W, I becomes N, and M becomes R. Each letter is moving forward 5 letters. So now let's do the same with ROCK. R goes forward 5 letters to W, O goes forward 5 letters to T, C goes forward 5 letters to H, and K goes forward 5 letters to P. So the answer is WTHP. Question number 87. If LOCK is coded as GJXF, then what code would KDIF be? Our options are NIPK, QINL, and PINK. Let's work out the pattern. L goes to G, O goes to J, C goes to X, and K goes to F. Each letter is going backwards, 5 letters. Applying the opposite pattern to KDIF. K goes forward 5 letters to P, D goes forward 5 letters to I goes forward 5 letters to N, and F goes forward 5 letters to K. So the answer is P, I, and K. Question number 88. If ROQF becomes VSSJ, what is the code for SLIM? The choices are WPMQ, XPMR, and WMPQ. Let's check. R goes to V, O goes to S, Q goes to S, and F goes to J. It looks like each letter is going forward by 4 letters. So now we apply the same pattern to SLIM. S goes forward 4 letters to W, L goes forward 4 letters to P, I goes forward 4 letters to M, and M goes forward 4 letters to Q. So the answer is WPMQ. Question number 89. If mean is coded as OECN, what is the code for RUCK? The options are VUEK, 2ek, and suek. Let's see what's happening here. M goes to O, E stays the same, A goes to C, and N stays the same. It looks like the pattern is that the first and third letters go forward by 2 letters, while the second and fourth stay the same. So we apply the same to RUCK. R goes forward 2 letters to T, U stays the same, C goes forward 2 letters to E, and K stays the same. So the answer is TUEK.
So now I'm going to be going through the answers to the MVR section of this homework. So these are all odd one out questions. So there'll be one shape that doesn't match the pattern of the rest of the shapes. So in this first question, they all have the bottom triangle orientated this way, apart from D. So the triangle that's the foot of the animal looks like this with the right angle in this corner, whereas in D, as you can see, the triangle is the opposite way around with the right angle in that corner. So D is the odd one out. In question 91, all of them have the straight line as the middle line with the 2 curly lines on the outside, apart from A. A has the curly line in the middle with the 2 straight lines on the outside, so the opposite way around. So A is the odd one out. Next question. So here, if all the arrows were the right way up with the point at the top, like in B, the stripe side would always be on the right. In A, if this was the right way up, this would be on the right. C, it would also be on the right because it's currently on the left, but it's upside down, so it'd be on the right. And in E, it would also be on the right. Whereas in D, it's the right way up, but it's on the left. So D is the odd one out. Next question. All of these have 2 different colored triangles that make up that bow tie shape. Whereas in E, it's 2 of the same colored triangles. So E is the odd one out. Next question. So in all of these, they have one shape with the corners shaded in. This one shape has the corners shaded in. This one shape has the corners shaded in. And this one shape has the corners shaded in. Whereas in B, this shape has the corners shaded in. But so does this shape. 2 of the corners of this shape are also shaded in. So B is the odd one out, because all the rest only have one shape with the corners shaded in, whereas B has 2 of the shapes. Question 95. So for this question, I originally thought it might be to do with the black circles, but it's actually to do with the number of lines of the shape. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So E is a 6-sided shape. So E is the odd one out because all the rest are 5-sided. Next question. Here, all of these have the circle as the outside shape, whereas in D, the square is, so D is the odd one out. Next, still odd one out questions. So here, it's also to do with the number of sides like that previous question. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the same shape, so it also has 6. This is a hexagon, so we know it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. whereas this is a pentagon, so we know it's 5, so E is the odd one out. Next question. So here, the odd one out is C. That's because C is a circle, and all the rest of the shapes have straight edges, whereas C is a circle, so it doesn't have straight edges. So C is the odd one out. Here, all of these, the line only intercepts the other shape once in one spot, whereas in B it goes through the shape twice, so B is the odd one out. Here, the odd one out is D, because all of these have two shapes, whereas D only has one shape, this circle, whereas all the rest have an inside shape as well, so D is the odd one out. And that's the end.
Final section of our booklet, the optional questions. Question number 101. When he was told off by the teacher, he frowned angrily. We have two words we're looking at, I, frowned, and to, angrily. The options are, I'm a noun. I is an adverb, while to is a verb. B, I is a verb, while to is an adverb. I and to are both verbs. J and to are both adverbs. The correct answer is B. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. Explanation. Frowned is an action, something someone does, so that makes it a verb. Angrily describes how he frowned, telling us more about the action, so that makes it an adverb. Moving on to question number 102. Carefully, she lifted the lid off the box. Here we are looking at I, carefully, and to, lifted. The options are, I'm a noun. I and to are both verbs. B, I and to are both adverbs. E, sage, I is an adverb, while to is a verb. Do, I is a verb, while to is an adverb. The correct answer here is circa I is an adverb, while to is a verb. Explanation. Carefully describes how she lifted the lid. It's telling us more about the action, so it's an adverb. Lifted is the action itself, making it a verb. Question number 103. They chatted excitedly at the news of the upcoming camp. Our two words are I, chatted, and to, excitedly. The options are, I'm a noun. I and to are both verbs. B, I and to are both adverbs. E, sage, I is an adverb, while to is a verb. Do, I is a verb, while to is an adverb. The correct answer is D. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. Explanation. Chatted is an action, what they did, so it's a verb. Excitedly describes how they chatted, giving us more information about the action, so that's an adverb. Question number 104. When she heard the joke, she laughed heartily. We're looking at I laughed and to heartily. The options are, I'm a noun. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. B, I is an adverb, while to is a verb. I and to are both verbs. J and to are both adverbs. The correct answer is A. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. Explanation. Laughed is the action, what she did, so it's a verb. Heartily describes how she laughed, telling us more about that action, so it's an adverb. Question number 105. She completed her driving course safely. The two words here are I, completed, and to, safely. The options are, I'm a noun. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. B, I is an adverb, while to is a verb. I and to are both verbs. J and to are both adverbs. The correct answer is A. I is a verb, while to is an adverb. Explanation. Completed is an action, what she did, so it is a verb. Safely describes how she completed the course, so it is an adverb. Now, let's move on to questions 106 through 110, which are about sentence types. We have 4 options to choose from: C for command, E for exclamatory, Q for question, and S for statement. Question number 106. Lions are carnivores. The correct answer is S, a statement. Explanation. This sentence is just telling us a fact about lions, so it is a statement. and statements usually end with a full stop. Question number 107. Tell me where you are going. The correct answer is C, a command. Explanation. This sentence is telling someone to do something, to provide information, so it is a command. Question number 108. Who is going to Rishi's house on Monday? The correct answer is Q, a question. Explanation. This sentence is asking for information, so it is a question. Questions always end with a question mark. Question number 109. Don't talk like that. The correct answer is C, a command. Explanation. This sentence is telling someone not to do something, so it's a command. And finally, question number 110. What a great day. The correct answer is E, exclamatory. Explanation. This sentence is expressing excitement and emotion, and it ends with an exclamation mark, which is how we know it's an exclamatory sentence. Number 111. Question number 111. There are so many amazing and unique Australian animals. The correct answer is many, M-A-N-Y. The word many is used to describe a large number of things, like the amazing animals in Australia. Question number 112. Have you ever seen a platypus? Platypus? Platypus. The correct answer is platypus. Notice the question mark at the end. That little hook tells us that this sentence is a question. Question number 113. They look like leek, a strange mix of a beaver. The correct answer here is like, spelled L-I-K-E. The word like is used to compare things. Question number 114. A strange mix of a beaver and a duck. The correct answer is and, A-N-D. We use the word and to join two things together. In this case, a beaver and a duck. A rather strange mix. Question number 115. Another funny-looking Aussie animal is a duck-billed platypus. The correct answer is another with a capital A. When starting a sentence, it is important to make sure the first letter is a capital. Question number 116. The, te, that, echidna. The correct answer is the, T-H-E, T-H-E. This is a small word, but it's very important for making our sentences sound correct. Question number 117. They're covered in spikes and have a long pointy nose for sticking into ant nests. The correct word here is have, H-A-V-E. We use have when we're talking about owning something or possessing a feature, in this case, the long pointy nose. Question number 118. What is your favorite Australian animal? The correct answer is what, with a capital W at the start. When we ask a question, we have to use a capital letter at the start and a question mark at the end. Question number 119. What is your favorite Australian animal? The correct answer is animal. We've got a question here, so we need the question mark at the end. Question number 120. Shade in 50% of these shapes. The options are A, B, and C. The correct answer is A. Remember that 50% means half, and the option A shows exactly half of the shapes shaded in. Question number 121. Shade in 25% of these shapes. The options are A, B, and C. The correct answer is A. 25% means 1/4, so the correct option is the one that shows only 1/4 of the shapes shaded. Question number 122. Shade in 75% of these shapes. The options are A, B, and C. The correct answer is C. 75% means 3/4, so we need to choose the option showing 3/4 of the shapes shaded in. Question number 123 to 70% of 50 equals. The options are 36, 35, and 34. The correct answer is 35. The formula to work this out is 70 divided by 100, which equals 0.7. Then we multiply that by 50. 0.7 times 50 equals 35. Question number 124 to 80% of 30 equals. The options are 26, 25, and 24. The correct answer is 24. Let's use the same method. 80 divided by 100 is 0.8. Then 0.8 times 30 equals 24. Question number 125 to 5% of 40 equals The options are 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer is 2. 5 divided by 100 is 0.05. Now, 0.05 multiplied by 40 equals 2. Question number 1. 126 to 60% of 50 equals. The options are 30, 31, and 32. The correct answer is 30. 60 divided by 100 is 0.6. Multiplying 0.6 by 50, we get 30. Question number 127 to 100% of 87 equals. The options are 85, 86, and 87. The correct answer is 87, because 100% of any number is the number itself. Question number 128 to 200% of 61 equals. The options are 121, 122, and 123. The correct answer is 122. When we have 200%, it is the same as doubling a number, so 61 multiplied by 2 equals 122. Question number 1, 129 to 45% of 60 equals. The options are 27, 28, and 29. The correct answer is 27. 45 divided by 100 is 0.45, and then 0.45 times 60 equals 27. Question number 130 to 15% of 60 equals. The options are 8, 9, and 10. The correct answer is 9. 15 divided by 100 is 0.15, and 0.15 times 60 is 9. Question number 131. Convert 80% to a fraction. The options are 1/5, 4/5, and 3/5. The correct answer is 4/5. 80% can be written as 80 over 100, which simplifies to 4/5. Question number 132. Convert 28% to a fraction. The options are 5/25, 6/25, and 7/25. The correct answer is 7/25. 28% is the same as 28 over 100, and that simplifies to 7/25. Question number 133. Convert 35% to a fraction. The options are 7/20, 6/20, and 5/20. The correct answer is 7/20. 35% is 35 over 100, which simplifies to 7/20. Question number 134. Convert 90% to a fraction. The options are 8/10, 9/10, and 10 out of 10. The correct answer is 9/10. 90% is equal to 90 over 100. This can be simplified to 9 over 10. Question number 135. Convert 17/20 to a percentage. The options are 75%, 85%, and 95%. The correct answer is 85%. To convert a fraction to a percentage, we have to do some maths. First, divide 17 by 20, and then multiply by 100. The answer is 85%. Number 136. We need to convert the fraction 3/10 or 3/10 into a percentage. Remember, a percentage is just a way of expressing a fraction or a decimal as a number out of 100. The options are 10%, 20%, and 30%. The correct answer here is 30%. And how do we get that? Well, the formula is we divide 3 by 10, which gives us 0.3, and then we multiply that by 100. So 0.3 times 100 equals 30%. Moving on to question 137. Here, we need to convert the fraction 3/4 or 3/4 to a percentage. Our options are 75%, 85%, and 95%. The correct answer is 75%. We find this by dividing 3 by 4, which equals 0.75, and then multiplying that result by 100, which gives us 75%. So 0.75 times 100 is 75. Next up, question 138. We are converting 49 over 50, or 49/50ths, to a percentage. The possible answers are 98%, 97%, and 96%. The correct answer is 98%. We get this by dividing 49 by 50, which equals 0.98, and then multiplying that by 100, and that gives us 98%. Question 139. This time, we need to convert 24/25 to a percentage. The options are 98%, 97%, and 96%. The correct answer is 96%. We divide 24 by 25, which equals 0.96, and then multiply by 100 to get 96%. Now let's look at question 140. Here we are converting the decimal 0.42 to a percentage. The answer choices are 41%, 42%, and 43%. The right answer is 42%. To find this, we simply multiply the decimal 0.42 by 100, which moves the decimal 2 spaces over, and that equals 42%. And lastly, question 141. We are converting the decimal 1.09 to a percentage. The options are 107%, 108%, and 109%. The correct answer is 109%. And like the previous problem, we just multiply the decimal 1.09 by 100, which moves the decimal 2 spaces over to get us to 109%. And that brings us to the end of our Year 4 Homework 15 video walkthrough. Well done, everyone.